It is confirmed Robert Lewandowski is set to miss 3 weeks because of a hamstring injury he sustained yesterday in the comeback win against Celta Vigo. And after hearing these news, every single Barca fan on the planet is freaking out. They're all saying the same things. The sky's falling, the season is over, it's 2019 all over again, the troubled dreams are done, and I'm here to be the positive voice of reason. The season is not done. Barca can still make this work, okay? I promise you they can. The news about Lewandowski being out for 3 weeks, it's kind of like when you get the news from your girlfriend that she's pregnant. At first, it shocks you and you're super overwhelmed and you're like, how the fuck are we going to figure this out? I don't know how to cook eggs, let alone take care of another human being, right? So at first you're like, how am I going to do this? But then you realize having a little mini-me might not be so bad. I can learn on the fly. I will figure this out. Okay, you can figure shit out on the fly. That's what life is about, figuring stuff out on the fly. And it's the same thing with Lewandowski. At first, when we heard these news, every Barca fan, like I said, is like, the season is over. How are we going to replace his productivity? But then you realize we can play Olmo as a false nine. We have Ferran Torres as shark on the bench. Maybe Pau Victor comes through and he does something for us. Don't rule out the Flickinator. Don't rule out the squad, because this squad, man, this team is different and they will figure it out. Okay? Again, I wish Lewandowski a speedy recovery, but I believe this team is still going to be okay. I really do believe it. And Lewa, man, he's been so good this season. He's been scoring goals for fun. But, you know, maybe Lewa being out can provide a different dynamic for this team to whoever comes in and replaces him. Maybe we see, like I said, Dani Olmo's a false nine and it unlocks something new. Maybe Ferran Torres, man, he steps up to the plate like he has for the most part this season. So don't be pessimistic, guys. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The games that he's going to miss, it's the most important stretch of the season, obviously. He's going to miss the game against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final. But quite frankly, man, and I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, I'm not really worried about Real Madrid. I'm honestly not. We might lose that game, but I'm not really worried about Real Madrid. They've given me no reason to actually worry about them this season. Whether we have Lewandowski, whether we have Ferran Torres, I still believe Barca are gonna beat Real Madrid on Saturday for the Copa del Rey. I still really believe that. Real Madrid, by the way, are probably going to be without Kylian Mbappe for that game because he obviously suffered an injury against Arsenal in the second leg of that game, obviously in the UCL. So I'm not really worried about the Real Madrid game. I'm just not, and I still think Barca, like I said, are going to win that game. I think Ferran Torres is a good enough player that he could step in and do something. I don't trust that Real Madrid back line whatsoever. I don't trust them at all. We saw Mikel Merino fucking carve him apart for 2 legs, and he's not even a striker. So I think Ferran Torres can do a job because, again, like I said, Ferran Torres has been really good this season when he's had to play. When he's had to play, he's come through every single time. He scored a goal yesterday. He had the hat-trick against Valencia in the Copa del Rey. The guy's been really, really good. He's been class. He's come off the bench and scored winners for us against Dortmund. And against also, he scored a goal against Atletico Madrid. I believe in Ferran, okay? Ferran is not Lewa, but honestly, bro, here's what I'll say. Without trying to sound too much like a Lewandowski hater, because I know that tag is, I already have that label on me already. Like, people think I'm a Lewa hater. If we're going to lose somebody in the front three, I'm not going to say I'm glad, but I'm okay with it being Lewandowski, if that makes sense. Again, I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but if somebody in the front three, either Lamine, Rafinha, or Lewa was going to get hurt, I'm okay with it being Lewa, because I think that we have more options to replace him than we do to replace Lamine or Rafinha. I just believe that I think we have more not depth, because we don't really have depth across the front three, but I think we could do. Like, it's easier to replace the absence of Lewandowski than Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. I hope that makes sense. So again, it's not the best that Leo was hurt, but it's not the best. But I believe we can still get the job done against Real Madrid. Then we talk about Inter. Against Inter, it's scary because Inter has a very physical backline, and those guys, man, Bastoni. I mean, Bastoni's probably one of the best. He's one of the top 3 center backs in Europe, in my opinion, and he has been so good this season. But I still think, like I said, I think that Barca are going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay with Ferran. We could also, like I said, try Dani Olmo as a false 9, and we could play Gavi as a cam. You could also play Dani Olmo as a cam and Ferran as a striker. There's different things we can figure out. When Lewandowski's been on the bench this season and Ferran has started, the team hasn't looked all that bad, honestly. Like I said, that game against Valencia in the Copa del Rey, Leo was benched for that game, and Ferran scored a hat-trick. Now, obviously, Valencia and Inter are totally different opponents. One is one of the worst teams in Europe this season. Valencia have been fucking shit, and Inter have been one of the best teams in Europe, hence why they're in the UCL semifinal. But I still think that Ferran Torres can do a job. I believe Ferran Torres can do a job. And look, you're talking about Lewandowski possibly being back for the second leg against Inter because he's pushing to recover in 2 weeks. I don't know how that's going to work out. When you have an injury like that, a hamstring injury is very tricky, so you never really know how long it could take for him to fully recover. I just hope he takes his time, because if Barca make the UCL final, when they make the UCL final, we're going to need him for that game a lot. We are going to need Lewandowski for that game. But I'm here to tell you guys, man, again, do not panic. It's going to be okay. Hansi Flick has given you no reason to doubt him this season. And this team, bro, like I said, we still have Lamine Yamal, we still have Rafinha. To me, the more important injury is actually Balde. Balde is a much more significant injury to me than Robert Lewandowski because, again, like I said, for Lewandowski, we at least have some decent backup options. We at least have, like I said, Ferran, and I've mentioned Dani Olmo. Pau Victor, if Flick wants to trust him and play him in some of the games, that's fine by me as well. But with Balde, we see with Gerard Martin, it's not the same. And Flick's system relies so much on having a fullback that can actually go forward and go up the pitch. We're seeing it in these games. It's just like we need Balde back. I'm more concerned about Balde's recovery than Lewandowski's. But again, I hope both of them get back by the time that, for this last stretch of the season, the last month, hopefully. But yeah, man, I'm not worried about the El Clasico. I think Barca can win that with or without Lewandowski, with or without Balde, because again, Real Madrid have given me no reason to trust him this season, and that team is falling apart. Ancelotti's talking about how he's leaving. They're coming out and talking shit about the coach. It's not been a good season for Real Madrid, and I don't think they're going to win the Copa Rey. And if they do win the Copa Rey, honestly, bro, I love the Copa Rey. I've seen Barca win it so many fucking times in my life. I'm not going to say I'm tired of it because I love seeing Barca win a trophy. But to me, the most important thing, like, I'm really focused on the UCL. It's the first time in a long time we can say that as Barca fans. We're focused on the UCL. Usually, it's Madrid who get to say that. They're the ones that get to say we're focused on the UCL. This time it's us. So if Barca, look, I want the trouble. Trust me, I want it so bad. It's like, oh my God, it's teasing me, the trouble. It's teasing me, but we will get it. We will beat Real Madrid. I promise you we will, with or without Lewandowski. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about before I sign off in this video, because I'm probably going to make a match review about the Real Madrid Athletic Club game as well. So probably be a double upload today, which I'll get to that later. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about too is this also comes down to poor planning from Barcelona. Because going back to last season, I was talking about how Barca, a lot of people, actually not just me, I don't want to just say it was me, but a lot of people were talking about how Barca needed a backup striker. Now, I was more in the camp that Leo had to get benched, had to get sold. Now, obviously, I was proved wrong by Leo because he's been one of the best strikers in Europe this season. But we all agreed Barca needed a backup striker because you cannot rely on a 36-year-old Lewandowski to stay healthy. Now, for the most part, he's been healthy. Lewandowski keeps himself in tip-top shape. We've seen that throughout the whole season. Very few 36-year-olds look as good as Lewandowski. I mean, the guy is fit. He really is fit. But again, that body, man, when you play that many minutes, and you're at an advanced age in football terms. Obviously, 36 is not old for real life, but for football, it is. It's a ticking time bomb. It was gonna happen eventually. So I think Barca did a disservice to the team by not signing a backup striker. Pau Victor is good. He's not really a backup option. Ferran Torres is good. Is he really a striker? Not really an out-and-out striker. You know what I mean? Like, you need somebody else in there. And I think Real Madrid made the same mistake with Mbappe. By the way, they never really signed a backup striker for him. They let Joselu go. But we're talking about Barca now. For Barca, like, yes, I was wrong about Victor Roque, okay? I gotta sit here and admit that I was wrong about Victor Roque. But maybe Marc Guiu for games like this, maybe if you didn't let him go to Chelsea, which, what the fuck is he doing at Chelsea? Has he played it all this season? I don't even know. But maybe Marc Guiu could have done a job, and he could have come in and made something happen, if he would have been healthy. But that's the bigger picture in this. Barcelona have to be... this squad is so thin, man. We're seeing it already. We think Barca have this deep squad because they keep pulling all these kids out of La Masia, and they produce, but... when it comes to the first team squad, it's really not that deep. It's really not. It's a very thin squad, and we're seeing it. Our left back option is Gerard Martin. That's not a good backup option for a left back. If one of our center backs get hurt, we only have Araujo. Because who the fuck knows what happened to Christensen this year? What happened to Andreas Christensen? Honestly, is he still collecting a salary? I don't even know. I don't even know if he is because nobody's seen him. He played the first game against Valencia and has been MIA ever since. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck happened to Christensen. But anyway, when you look at right back, Flick doesn't like Hector Fort, and who's really our backup option for Koundé? We don't have one. You know what I mean? Like I said, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. Who's replacing those guys? So again, I'm gonna reiterate what I said. If somebody in the front three had to get hurt, if we had to pick one person, I would pick Leo. Again, I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but I think we can deal better with the injury to Leo than an injury to Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think down below. Obviously, this is not good news for Barcelona coming into the home stretch of the season, losing two of your most important or best players in the starting 11, Balde and Leo. Again, I'm more concerned about the Balde injury than the Lewa injury, but both of them are going to affect the team. But I still believe Barca can make this shit work, man. I really do believe that because I believe this team has a different feeling about it this year. I just believe they do. Like, I think this team has the capabilities to still win it all. And again, I'm not really worried about Real Madrid. That might sound disrespectful. I promise you it's not. It's just my opinion, and from what I've seen from Madrid this season, they've given me no reason to respect them. So we'll see what happens, man. And against Inter, again, it's going to be tough because you want that aerial presence with Lewandowski. But Ferran can do a job. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you chuck an out striker. That's a terrible idea. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We got to figure something out. Injuries happen to everybody. Thuram might miss the game against Barca too. Thuram might be hurt for the first leg, I'm pretty sure. So they're gonna have injuries. We're gonna have injuries. It's gonna come down to who the mentally tougher team is and who can adjust better on the fly. And I believe that Barca have the better coach, and I believe Barca have been the better team this season, and I believe Barca will get the win. And everybody has to believe that, man. Whether you actually believe it or not, just convince yourself that you believe it. Just convince yourself that you believe it, okay? Because what good is it to say the season is over now? What good is that? What does that do for anybody? It's not over. The season is still going on. We're still in contention for three trophies, okay? We're still in contention for that. The La Liga is going to be won by Barca, okay? I'm very confident in saying that. If Barca would have lost or dropped points yesterday, I would have still been confident, but not as confident. I'm confident now Barca are going to win the league. Okay? The Copa del Rey, it's one game. You got to win one game against a team that you've already beaten twice this season, and not just beaten, you embarrassed them twice this season. And again, that team is falling apart. And the Champions League is really what matters to most of us. I'm sure most Barca fans watching this right now, we mostly care about the UCL. Number 6 has it's been not teasing us, because it hasn't even been teasing us, but we wanted number 6 for a long time. And Inter is not going to be it's not going to be an easy game, and if we get to Munich in the final, whoever we face on the other side, whether it's PSG or Arsenal, it's not going to be an easy game either. But I believe Barca can get it done, and I believe they will. Because again, Lewandowski, that's an injury that's going to affect us, but we're not talking about prime Lewandowski here. Okay, Lewandowski's been great this season, but he's not 2015 Lewandowski. He's not 2016 Lewandowski. Okay, so I think Ferran Torres will do a job. The shark is going to come through. He's going to smell blood. He's going to pounce. I promise you he will, okay? Be optimistic and believe in this team. I love every single one of you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. By the way, by the time I posted this, I probably would have hit 18K already. We're really close to hitting 18,000 subscribers. I want to say how much I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Honestly, it's so humbling. It's insane, bro. I don't even know what to say. 18,000 subscribers is crazy. I fucked up, man, because last year, during like that stretch of October, November, December, I was putting so much emphasis on my job. I kind of neglected this channel a little bit, and I felt so bad for that, man, because I never want to neglect this channel. I always want to put out content for you guys, man. I want to be as active and I want to be as consistent as possible, because this matters more to me actually than my actual job. My actual job pays my bills, but I care more about this shit. And my boss, he's a dickhead, so fuck that guy. I don't even like that guy at all. So I actually like you guys. So the work that I do here means so much more to me than the work that I do for that fucking idiot, okay? So I appreciate you guys so much. I want to say how much I love every single one of you. I say it at the end of every video. I put it on all my descriptions, not because I just say it in passing, but because I really mean it. I really do mean that I appreciate and I love every single one of you guys so much, and I appreciate the support, and I appreciate the constant, I don't know, man. It's just amazing, but I'm so humbled by the support that I get from you guys. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but someday I must have done something right. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for 18K. If we do hit it, maybe people are listening to this now, they're all going to unsubscribe to piss me off and not hit 18K. But I know you guys are not going to do that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.